Modern Country Station.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. I have no business prepping a meal that involves shrimp ever again.
You have no business?
No business whatsoever.
You don't like shrimp?
I love shrimp.
Okay, all right, so what's the problem?
I deveined shrimp for the very first time.
Okay, again, so what's the problem? Seriously? Oh my God, you are such a wimp.
No.
You are such a wimp.
Got to see the oh, these are healthy eating shrimp.
Are you?
Oh, it was so gross. There's stuff sticking out my fingers.
Charlie, don't you just love that the very first thing, 1 minute into the week, Eric wants to share his vomiting story with our listeners, and wants to retch in front of them in their ears
to keep it together.
Are you keeping it together now?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you seem a little.
Have you ever deveined a shrimp?
I have. You know these tiny little things that fit in the palm of your hand.
It's cocktail shrimp. No, I'm talking about jumbo prawns, that like tiger prawn, and they eat. Oh no!
I'm pretty sure that if you ever had to be deveined, they would say the same thing. He eats. I
ever had to be deveined.
Well,
it's a painful statement there. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that at all.
You're like all grossed out because of what the shrimp are eating.
Oh,
I'm thinking,
so gross.
And what does Eric eat?
Just you know.
Can't even make the sound that you make.
And then keep working on it. Mm-hmm. Then I was talking to Carol Grieve, who was giving me this culinarily crazy, nasty lesson.
So it was poor Carol that had to be subjected to your childish ways in the kitchen.
She pretty much ended up running Robert and I out.
Have you ever deboned a chicken or anything like that? Have you ever?
Why would you debone a chicken?
You've ever done that? No.
What?
No. Okay, all right. Prepped a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, I've done that once.
Yeah, it's like, you just kind of clean it out.
No, I forgot to reach in there because it was nasty and dark and dank and
wet.
You
just clean it, and you're just...
the entire bag got cooked.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so did you eat the shrimp?
Oh, yeah, so good. Shrimp scampi.
Okay, all right, so you didn't lose your appetite.
Well,
God forbid, Eric would have not eaten a meal.
Haven't you ever made something that just grossed you out? Be honest. Besides your kids and their duty diapers.
Okay, well, I don't really consider that making something.
You kind of made it.
Well, I get that.
Totally made it.
In the kitchen, like something that totally grossed me out in the kitchen.
Right. There's got to be something.
I'm sure there probably is. Right. But you know what? This is the thing. Here's the thing is, I didn't take a picture of it, and I didn't share it with others, and I didn't bring the story
totally posting my pictures
with all sound effects to people, thinking that this would be a great, great way for them to go, I'm so glad I turned into the radio this morning and got to hear Eric be grossed out and want to throw up on the radio.
Well,
from eating shrimp.
That's not what this is
from
about.
From cleaning out
just
shrimp.
Catching up over the weekend. What'd you do over the weekend?
Nothing that was that disturbing.
You sure?
I'm quite certain.
I'm not so certain.
I'm quite certain. I did mess around in my kitchen, though.
Blocked it out.
I probably did, but I have a new butcher block in my kitchen.
See, I told you blocked it out. You have a butcher block.
A new island butcher block in my kitchen. And
really?
So I made a salad.
What you do with the shrimp on that butcher block?
I made a salad. It was not gross. Oh, my God, you have got to stop it.
Help it.
You have got to stop it.
It all came back.
Well, it's because you're looking at the picture. Of course it's going to come back. These are things, Eric. You know what?
Coming back is better than coming up.
Anything else?
Coming up on the Experience Pros Radio.
He thinks he's so funny.
Oh,
he thinks he's so witty and charming, and that we want to hear this story. And you're like so proud of yourself. Guess what I did? I almost threw up in the kitchen, Angel.
I deveined shrimp.
And I want to tell people about it, Angel.
I learned something. See, I'm letting people know that I am a big catch.
A big catch?
Yeah.
A big catch.
Right.
What does that mean? A big catch?
That I'm good for I'm good man stock.
I'm sorry, which part of this would make you good man stock?
I know how to devein shrimp.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd ever do it again. Are you going to do it again?
Heck no.
See, this is not good stuff.
I know how.
Oh, yay, I know how. I will never. You can probably change the tire, probably fix a leaky faucet, but will you? These are the questions. Not that you can.
Change a tire.
But would you?
I would, too.
You would. I'm sorry. Does that bring up irritating thoughts for you?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Would you change it in 4-degree weather?
One of our listeners is just writing in, stop it.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree.
She's, of course, referring to that video on YouTube, the Stop It video.
Oh, I love that video.
Right.
I love that video. Bob Newhart. Somebody's having,
you got to go look it up. It's funny. 6.5 minutes.
Kind of bringing their issues to the table, and I think that
bringing issues is way better than bringing shrimp guts.
You did not bring shrimp guts today, did you?
No.
Because, that would be now the second thing. Like, okay, Angel, I took a picture of it, and I shared the story, but since you're not quite feeling my pain, here's a pile of them that you slept with under your pillow.
Our listener said, listen to Angel, no doo-doo chatting on Positive Talk Radio. Okay, guess what? The first 5 minutes, it's always doo-doo talk. That's just kind of the way. Oh, I'm getting the look.
Can we move on?
We have a great show for you today.
To be determined. No,
it's going to be a great show. You turned into the Experience Pros Radio Show. That is not a mistake, and we promise to make it up to you all the next 50 minutes or so here on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C² Computer Consulting. C² is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C² at 303-933-1113.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Hi, ladies. This is Angel, and I want to let you in on one of my favorite fashion secrets. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella's studio for a full year, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella's studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara. And all of the compliments I get. Get yours today. Call Carabella's studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. And to ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. 303-909-9585.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
Testosterone therapy. We've all heard about the benefits, but which method is safe? Hi, this is Dan Denai, Chief Operating Officer with BioT Medical. At BioT, we've developed the safest, most effective way to balance your hormones. Unlike synthetic shots, gels, and creams with many dangerous side effects, bioidentical, natural testosterone pellets are safe and beneficial to the heart, bones, brain, and prostate. Go to biotmedical.com to learn more. That's BIOTE medical.com. BioT, it's the right choice.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Grassroots Radio Colorado with Chris Cook this afternoon at 5 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. You know, if you've listened to this show very long, that I am a single man who I tend not to go on vacation. I tend not to travel much, in large part because I get lonely. I don't want to go by myself.
You don't want to go by yourself. Well, you know, I think that there's an interesting thought behind traveling alone. My girlfriend, Polly Latosky, she's the only woman who's actually walked around the world. And
Right.
for most of the part, she did it all by herself. Well, our next guest says that traveling alone is not only a sign of prosperity, but also a sign of wisdom. He says it's one thing to go out and to bring your community with you. It's a whole nother experience when you travel alone. Our next guest is, okay, now I'm going to say it.
Zulfiqar Rashid.
Zulfiqar Rashid, who wrote a book about travel. He actually is a San Diego artist who travels regularly internationally, and I'm going to guess sometimes he travels alone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Angel and Eric. Thank you.
Zulfiqar, very nice to have you along with us. Now, you heard the setup, and it's true. I tend not to want to travel by myself because I get pretty lonely by myself. You are making the case, though, that traveling alone can provide a better experience. Where should we start?
Well, I think traveling alone, look, so let me just start first off by saying that I also do prefer to travel with my wife because that's, there's a lot of, good experience and pleasure in that. But if you can't, I think that you should still take the opportunity if you can and travel alone because that's a completely different experience where you are, I think, forced to interact more into the local culture with the local people because you don't have somebody else that you can just completely be focused on.
Okay.
Right. So that's my experience. You interact more with the people and you just explore more when you are traveling alone.
You know, and it sounds like you would. I imagine myself, seeing and tasting and experience different things and wanting to have somebody to share that with, to say, oh, look at that, or did you see that, or let's go do this together. Now, when you think about traveling all by yourself, you're actually going to still have somebody to share with. You're just going to probably have somebody local that you're interacting with and you're engaging more with the community. Is that how you strengthen that experience?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Angel. That's the whole attraction of that. You are meeting with and you're talking to and interacting with people that you would not normally do so. So the only downside that I have found is if you want to have a nice dinner, that's a little bit, I'm with Eric, and you feel a little bit lonely when you're having a nice dinner in a nice restaurant sitting by yourself.
Sure.
So
You know, I think a lot of times, Zulfiqar, we travel for business. We tend to travel alone. You know, we don't bring our spouse. We don't have our family with us when we travel on business. What I end up finding is I go to the hotel, I go to the event, and I don't really go out on my own because there's some safety precautions and some fear about being out all by myself. How do you handle that if you're traveling alone?
Well, especially nowadays, what I found, so I've been traveling for business, as you said, for about almost 10 years now. And at the beginning, it was very much what you described. You're a little bit, I don't know, shy, but a little bit afraid. You are reluctant to go out. You don't know what to be out there. But then at some point, you say, well, you can't just sit in the hotel. You have this opportunity to go to this, whatever the place may be. You have to explore at least a little bit about it. So what I started doing was, I would just read up on the place and some attractions near where I would stay in the hotel. And I think you just use common sense precautions. The best thing that I found is don't flash money around. So I kind of segment my cash in smaller chunks and in different pockets. And that I found to be the safest thing to do. Outside of that, with my experience, unless you just venture into an area of the city where locals won't go at night or in the evening, you're pretty much safe if you don't do anything that's just outside of common sense.
Gotcha. Now, Zulfiqar, let me ask one last question concerning your. You've written a book, and that book is the. Help me here. The Rat Boys of Karalabad.
That's it. That's the Rat Boys of Karalabad.
And this book describes horrible child abuse in Pakistan. Many times when you go, I've traveled to various foreign countries where you see. Incredible poverty that here in America we just simply have no imagination for. Where is the benefit to actually traveling and witnessing something like that?
Well, look, I think that I believe that the benefit to that is that if you go to some places, like especially in the third world country, there's an educational aspect. You learn about how other people live and how fortunate we are to be where we are and to have the things that we have. And I think for me, it also forces me to not just look at that poverty, look at that despair, and not do anything about it. So what I've started to do over the last few years is especially when I go to a third world country, I try to look up some orphanage or some reputable a non-government agency, NGO, that helps children, especially because that's a passion of mine. The book is about children and how they are really exploited in the name of religion. So I try to find these agencies and I try to help them, give some donations, go visit what the conditions are, how they are helping the local community. And that's something that I think should be part of the travel experience, to see how not only the best things in a certain city, but also what are the things that are not so good, and how are the local people trying to make things better so that we can join them in making things better for children and for women.
It is always very eye-opening when you kind of get outside of your own community and just experience the rest of the world. It is always beneficial. Now, Zulfiqar, where's your favorite place to travel all by yourself?
So my favorite place, this is not cliche, but it really is Paris. You can go there, you can be out at night, during the day, anytime, and it's just alive.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
That would be the best place.
Nice. Well, thanks for the advice. Thanks for the encouragement for our listeners to go out and see the world, even if you don't have somebody with you. I love that you say it is wisdom to actually travel alone. Where do we get a copy of your book?
You can get it at Amazon. You can get it on my website, zulfiqarrashid.com, Barnes & Noble, iTunes. So it's available in a lot of outlets.
Fantastic. Zulfiqar Rashid, thank you so much for joining us. We sure appreciate you.
Thank you very much for having me.
You betcha. And when we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Revitalize, release stress, and empower with Karen Corona's healing and transformational programs. Karen is a master healer and a teacher with 30 years experience providing holistic healing treatments, coaching, yoga, meditation classes, and retreats. Receive the healing inner tools you need to achieve your goals. Call Karen today and get started. 303-725-1119. That's 303-725-1119. Mention this ad and receive a free yoga class or a $150 coupon toward her upcoming healing and transformational retreat in October, set in the lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Call today, 303-725-1119, or visit online at KarenCorona.com.
Leaders, listen up. You want to get the very best from your people, and See It Thrive can help. Address personnel challenges with confidence and unleash the best performance out of your organization, team, or individuals. See It Thrive helps you realize the possibilities of your team coming together as an unstoppable force. Reduce conflict and empower transformation. Because you work with people, make the courageous choice to see it thrive. Call Sue Kenfield today at 303-791-2807. That's 303-791-2807. Discover and sign up for upcoming workshops at seeitthrive.com.
Hey, if you've got gout, you know there is nothing more painful. The only thing worse than a gout attack is a heart attack. And guess what? Gout is the easy part. It's the diabetes and the cardiovascular disease that gout is just an omen of that we really need to be concerned about. Schedule a free 1-hour health consultation with me, Bert Middleton, the Gout Killer. I can help you understand how your body is using what you're putting into it. Contact me today at 970-485-5955 or thegoutkiller.com. Come on, let's get the gout out.
Make sure your marketing strategy includes search engine optimization and contact Colorado SEO at coloradoseo.com. You'll find a team of experts who have been connecting consumers online since 1996. You've created a commodity, now get found. coloradoseo.com. coloradoseo.com or call 303-990-5934. Remember, billions are searching. Will they find you?
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Bob Duco, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
Bring it. The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro, I know, you know, I go psycho.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. We appreciate you for tuning in. Sometimes you can learn by watching other people's mistakes.
You know, I think my English teacher in 5th grade, so there's nothing is so bad you can't use it to learn from it. And it's true, watching what somebody else, I think sometimes we're so just taken back, like, really, somebody would say that to somebody else, somebody would do that to somebody else, somebody would treat somebody else that way. But we witness it, we're a part of it, and we get to, kind of draw a line in the sand and say, I'm going to learn from that.
Absolutely.
And not repeat that mistake.
John Hall wrote an article, it's 10 simple things that will prevent someone from doing business with you. He starts it off by asking, do you ever wonder why some people don't respond to your emails or pick up your calls? Here's how to avoid alienating potential customers and business partners. Number 1, stop name dropping. Do not name drop. If you mention that you're best friends with Mark Cuban within the first 2 minutes of conversation, you might as well be saying, I'm trying to impress you. And, so you think I'm important.
Okay, yeah, but sometimes it's important to say, this is who brought me to you, this is who told me about you.
If Mark Cuban put you in connection with somebody, hey, Marky Mark said, hey, we could be BFFs.
I think
but aside from that,
I only had one time where somebody was name dropping to me repeatedly all these names, and I just felt so stupid because I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. No, I don't know who that is either. And she's just like, this is who this is, and this is what they do. I'm like, yeah, I don't know who that is either.
You know what's funny? Just by you saying that, I know exactly who you're talking about. Number 2, don't overpromise and underdeliver.
Overpromise, right? Yeah. Okay.
Don't do that. If you're sitting there saying you can move the world and you can't, don't.
And here's the thing: is you do have to be really cautious about describing your product and the benefits and the value, because what you say and what people hear are not always the same thing. They are filling in the blanks, so you have to be really cautious. If you say that they're going to look like Jennifer Lopez after this working with you,
right,
you've got to be really cautious about the promises that you're giving to people, because sometimes I think, okay, I'm going to buy this new car and I'm going to, I don't know, whatever. And we kind of fill in our own blanks of the success that we're going to have by using that eye cream, driving that car, buying this dress, using your services. And so be very clear about the expectations and what you actually deliver.
If you are guilty of this, you can stop it right now. Stop talking about yourself too much. You go into a meeting, and if you're spending 60% of the conversation talking about yourself and 40% listening, you've probably got that backwards.
Well, Eric and I have real struggles with this one, because there are 2 of us that, so that means we each only get now 20% of time to talk.
Right.
But because we feel like, well, I didn't talk very much, but because, there are 2 of us, we have to really rein that in and make sure that the other person is getting their talk time in.
Absolutely. Here's a way to prevent people from doing business with you. Giving an appearance that is not credible. Imagine a child wearing a business suit. Okay.
Oh, they look so cute. Oh,
But you're not going to do a major multi-million-dollar deal with them, likely. So be careful with the way that you promote yourself, and you better be able to back up what you say. You got to be credible.
So if you dress the part, you got to deliver the part.
I think that's a reasonable expectation, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't lie. Most people can smell bologna sandwiches a mile away. Do not lie.
Bologna sandwiches?
BS.
Oh, I'm like, what is a bologna sandwich? Yes, you can smell a bologna sandwich. You do smell like bologna when you eat bologna. Don't eat bologna.
Don't eat bologna.
But here's the thing is that it catches up with you, and it's a really small world. And we're all connected, and we've made the case over and over again about how connected we are. So if you say you've worked with so-and-so, we're going to know whether or not you worked with so-and-so.
Right.
And I've had, a couple of people, where they came in and they said, I did this website. I'm like, you didn't.
Right.
Or they tell me something that they did for someone. I'm like,
no, that wasn't you.
And here's the thing is it's a really small world, so we know each other. We're all connected with each other. You're going to get found out, and it's not so much that somebody's going to call you a liar to your face, but you're just not going to get the deal.
That's it. And there we start back up. Are people not responding to your emails? Are they not picking up on the phone calls? If you don't value people's time, I believe that time is one of the most valuable things that anybody has to offer somebody else. And if you don't value your prospects and or clients' time, you are crossing the line.
Well, and you see a lot of time wasters come up, back and forth emails that really are insignificant, or just conversation that bunny trails off that really doesn't lend to what we're here to do.
Right.
And so the idea of being able to stay on topic and stay focused to what you're here to do, and to not, just not waste people's time with unnecessary emails. Like the one of, did you get my email? I sent you an email. Did you get that? I left you a voicemail. Did you get that?
Right.
Okay, I will get that, or maybe I did get that. I don't need 2 or 3 reminders to now go and check my email. Okay, good. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I hate those.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the email sits there and says, I'm not writing you an email to avoid doing something else. Oh, I get that all the time. Emphasizing sales or transactions. Look, if all you do is talk about a transaction, you're going to turn people off. You're there to develop relationships.
Well, and you'll know because people really aren't doing business with you. And then the tendency is to try and sales pitch even harder.
Right.
And it has the counter effect.
Here's a way that you will prevent someone from doing business with you if you behave inappropriately. That's going to prevent people from doing.
Can I just say what is absolutely inappropriate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is swear words in emails. It's not funny.
Oh.
In your newsletter headline, it's not necessary.
I completely agree.
So you think you're being funny, you think you're being witty, you're trying to grab people's attention. It is a major turnoff to me. If your newsletter headline or even in, you can say kick butt summer. I'm just saying.
Right, absolutely. If you act like a know-it-all, first of all, you don't. I mean, let's just call it the way that it is. You don't know it all. And second of all, you turn people off because it sounds like you know more than they, which puts them in a diminished role, and that's not a good thing.
So even if you do know all the answers and you are right all of the time and you do know better, sometimes just kind of keeping that to yourself.
Right.
And just kind of keeping that quiet and letting the other person talk is good rapport building.
And let's talk about the reality. When somebody asks you a question you don't know the answer to, it's okay to say, I don't know. And I will research that out. I will find that out. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
I'll find out.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, because if you just don't know.
Yeah, well, then you're just ignorant. Finally, if you use poor grammar, it is a major turnoff for most people in business. It will prevent somebody from doing business with you.
It just gets on people's nerves. The whole text lingo in an email.
Oh.
But they are typing from their phone.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, you have a QWERTY keyboard. Use it. Okay. Don't do the UR and the 8 and no. Grow up. Go to school.
Do I really have to use my words?
Use proper grammar.
Well, here's the thing. With your buddies, with your best friends, your BFFs,
hey.
Go right ahead. But this is a professional relationship, and you're trying to establish a professional rapport and be respectful.
Absolutely.
And so there is a decorum of elevating your grammar, using your words, using full sentences, and not having conversations via email, but sharing information. And share the information. I always like it rather than saying, if you've kind of gone back and forth with setting a time or a date or some kind of detail, if you agree to it, rather than just saying, yes, I'll be there or yes, I got that, reiterate, yes, I will be there. I will be at the Experience Pro studio on Thursday at 2 p.m. Like, say the who, what, when, where, why. Repeat it back because there might have been some pieces back and forth. What did we really land on? And so what are you really agreeing to? And just use a full sentence. Yeah. It only takes 30 seconds more. And then that's a valuable, helpful response, and it's easy to do business.
Indeed. So there's 10 simple things that will prevent someone from doing business with you. If you take that in reverse, if you play this segment backwards, you'll find out what you should do in order to make sure that people do business with you. Yes, I said do. Oh, that's inappropriate. Thanks, John Hall. We'll be back after this.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff-it-up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Would you know what to do if a coworker started to feel dizzy and complain of chest pains? Starting CPR while waiting for an ambulance to arrive can double the chance of the victim's survival. Safety Solved can help. We provide customized on-site training, including both professional and basic CPR, AED, and first aid, with American Red Cross and American Heart Association trainings. We also facilitate first aid kit and AED equipment programs. Let us make your safety and wellness programs complete. Call today, 303-257-9589. That's 303-257-9589. Or online at safety-solved.com.
Do you want to meet some new people, make some great connections, and network with other business owners? Call me, Penny, today at 303-220-0366 or go to theconnectingexperts.com. Connecting people to people.
Camp Experience is the place to develop new friendships, connect with like-minded women, and build alliances that will help get you to where you want to be, personally and professionally. September retreat held at Cheyenne Mountain Resort has the feeling of a relaxed corporate women's retreat, bringing together community volunteers and civic leaders, women entrepreneurs, business leaders, and moms. Register today at campexperience.com.
When you need a medical expert witness or someone to consult in your medical cases, you need MediPro Solutions. Let's face it, attorneys are busy and typically don't have the time to research the details of the medical aspects of every case. At MediPro Solutions, your medical legal consulting firm, they take care of every detail, leaving you and your lawyers to focus on the law. MediPro Solutions is owned and operated by licensed and board-certified physicians. When your case is on the line, call MediPro Solutions, 303-502-6735. That's 303-502-6735. Or online at mediprosolutions.com.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5. On KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
The ink is black, the page is white. Together we learn to read and write.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Dennis Gereaux is in the studio.
I am so excited. Dennis is the owner of Printing Done Quickly, one of our favorite local businesses who is expanding. Just opened up their second location. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Good morning, all. How are you today?
We're doing fantastic, Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us today. And you guys are just growing by leaps and bounds.
You know, in the last 4 months, we have had 2 expansions, one in our first place, and then now we've just opened up a 2,500 square foot production facility in Inverness.
Okay, so you've been in business, what, 10, 12 years then?
16 months.
16 months.
Yeah.
16 months. And you know that a lot of the growth is attributed to the way you treat people.
Absolutely.
Dennis.
It's what it's all about. If you don't treat your customers like you would like to be treated when you go buy something, you're not going to keep those customers.
No, and you know, I think that it doesn't matter what you're selling, and obviously you are an expert in the printing industry, but the idea is people do business over at Printing Done Quickly because of not only the way you treat them, but Dennis, you've been able to actually train your staff to extend that same culture, which is tricky.
It is tricky, but it's the only way to do it, and if you start out right from the beginning doing that, those people learn that, and then they train other employees as they come on. So it just keeps perpetuating.
You know, Dennis, one of the things that, as I promoted this show with you coming on, I used the tagline or headline, fair pricing and honest practices. And those two things really do combine with your philosophical position of how to not only earn the business, but how to maintain and develop a business.
Yeah, without a doubt. If you are not giving the best service you can give, and your pricing has got to be fair pricing so the customers know that they got fair pricing, they're going to keep coming back.
They are going to keep coming back. And you do have kind of your guiding principles that not only do you speak every day, but now they're on banners hanging all throughout your new production warehouse.
Yes. When we opened up the new facility, I decided I wanted to have a motivational feel around there. So we created some banners, had them printed at a wonderful printing shop.
You don't outsource that?
I didn't outsource that one, no. And I have come up with 6 ideas that we want to live by in our company, as well as people need to live this way every day.
All right.
So the first one is service, most important, and it's our company motto: serve your customers as you wish to be served. How many times have you gone into a store and they just look at you like you've got 2 heads and, oh yeah, they point, it's over there?
Right.
Right. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, all the time. So that's not how I want to be served. So that's how we treat our customers, exactly the way I want that really good, caring customer service.
It's a golden rule for a reason, right?
It is.
All right.
It is.
And we get that. We get that from the second we walk in the door. You can feel that in your emails. You even feel it over the phone.
Wonderful.
What's your thought on quality?
Okay, and as I tell all of my people as they're producing products for our customers, would you buy this item? And if they say, well, not really, then don't sell it to your customer.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to turn a blind eye to something that you wouldn't buy.
Exactly. It's simple, but that's the way it should be.
And so they're being critical of the products that they produce, the coloring, the how it's set up, the whole look of it.
Total quality control. Every person is responsible for that.
And not so much passing off, well, that's how they sent it to me.
Yeah, exactly. As a matter of fact, we tell them if there's something that's sent to us that's not quite right, let's talk to the customer, see if we can help them out, make it look better. This is something, printing represents that company, and it's got to look good for their customers.
I love that. All right. Next one is on teamwork.
Yeah, and teamwork is, everyone goes rah, rah, we're a wonderful team in that, but there's really 3 aspects to teamwork. Number 1 is the customer. That's part of the team. That's part of our company's team.
I love that.
Second is the associates, all of the people that work together. And the third is management or ownership. You have all got to work together to be successful because we need each other to be successful. So that's why we have to be a team, all 3 of us.
The 3 strands when
that's right.
They work together.
That's right.
All right. Communication.
And this is the one that everyone kind of they're not quite sure of, because everyone thinks of communication a little differently.
Sure.
There's 2 main things to communication: listening and speaking. And let's keep it in that order. You guys just talked about that a bit ago, how percentage of listening. If you listen, you're going to understand. But communication starts with discussion. Talk to each other.
It's interesting because we do all have something different that we think about when it comes to communication, and it's usually, this is what I want to say to you, or this is what I want you to hear from me, and so the speaking tends to come first.
Exactly.
You switch that around.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. You have a culture of compliments.
You know what? You need to be complimentary. If someone's doing a great job, tell them. Don't hold it to yourself. People want to hear that they're doing a good job. Do it all the time. Second part of that is receive compliments gracefully. I don't know how many times I've given someone a compliment. They go, oh, well, yeah. No. Receive it gracefully.
That's an art.
Yes, it is.
That's a hard one, to receive a compliment. I think a lot of times we dismiss it. Mm-hmm. You have to say that.
And it's so simple. All you got to do is just say, thank you.
Right.
That will change your world. I remember when I learned. Yeah. Just saying thank you. You receive the compliment. You don't take away that gift from the complimenter, and it does because you do so often. I didn't really do anything. It's just my job, or that we downplay it. Somebody gives you a compliment, yeah, receive it gracefully.
Yes.
We started doing business with you years ago, and it was before Printing Done Quickly was a twinkle in your eye, and yet we found you to be one of the most friendly people out there.
People always want to be around friendly, happy people. They don't want to be around the grouch. They don't want to be around the person that is mean and that. So there's two aspects to being friendly, especially with your customers. Put a smile on your face when you're talking to them. If you're on the phone, put a smile in your voice. When you say hello, welcome to PDQ, or thank you for calling PDQ, have a smile on your, not just hello. Yeah, what do you want?
Right.
You know, in the TV or the movies, you know, whenever they want to emphasize that, you always get the customer service like, hello, thank you for calling, or thank you for doing, but, you know, so monotone, no smile on their face. And yet that's reality a lot of times.
It's reality more often than not. When you walk into a store and it's like, again, that person looks at you and goes, yeah, go on over there. What? Thank you for welcoming me. They don't, you know, so. Right.
A smile is so welcoming in any language, in any culture, and it means this is a friendly place to show up to.
It is. And it's a friendly place to work, too. Then.
And so, then you're smiling with each other as well. And you've got go back to that teamwork, customer associates, and management. Okay, and your final banner, your final kind of pillar of success.
It's to say please and thank you. We forget it so often anymore, especially management. It's like, go do this, go do that.
Right.
I always ask my people, would you please do this for me? And I learned that actually from someone, an old guy I knew years ago, when people loved him and all the employees went, oh yeah, he's just the best. Because he always asked if they would mind doing it. Please, would you do this for me? You know what? People are glad to do things.
It's a simple courtesy.
Say please.
Yeah.
And say thank you. My goodness, someone just did something for you. Be appreciative. And thank you is such a simple thing. And as I put on here, it's still magic words.
Just like Grandma would tell you. Right. It was so funny. At my house, my son is so, he's so logical, and everything is so by the book, and we follow rules. And I would say, you know, would you please do a chore? And he's like, why do you ask me that, Mom? Because is it an option? Can I say no? I'm like, no, I'm just trying to be nice. I could just boss you around and say, go do that. But isn't it nicer to hear it this way? But even in his head, you know, just kind of the thought behind it is it's not an option. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to do something, so just tell me to do it. And we had to have this whole lengthy conversation about it, but it is much nicer and a friendlier environment than be bossing around all the time.
Much friendlier. And quite frankly, I like being liked. I don't want people to not like me. I mean, maybe some people don't care. I care.
Well,
as a matter of fact, I'm very proud to say that my employees voted me with the Highlands Ranch Best of the Best boss this year.
Oh,
yeah.
I would vote for you as best bossy, because even though I don't work for you, but I would still vote, because I know how you treat your employees, how you treat your customers, how you treat everybody.
Dennis, let's give some contact information where people can go find out for themselves how you do it over at PDQ.
Okay, we are located in the Wells Fargo Bank Center in Highlands Ranch, 44 West Springer Drive, and you can call us at 720-524-8302, or quite simply printingdonequickly.com.
Well, we love printingdonequickly.com, and so will you. Often fan bragged about here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Great testimonials, and now a full-service extra production site to take care of all of your printing needs. Dennis, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. You folks have a wonderful day.
Absolutely. Folks, when we come back, it's our fan bragging recap here on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
3 major networks have joined forces to create one epic event to keep your business on track through the summer. On July 31st, join the Connecting Experts, Experience Pros Radio Show, Infinite Nation, and the best professionals in Denver at the Inverness Hotel from 4 to 7 p.m. You'll be networking, connecting, and keeping your goals on track. Vendors can sign up to participate for only $249 by calling Penny at 303-220-0366. That's 303-220-0366. And tickets for the Epic Summer Summit are $25. They can be purchased online at infinitenation.com. We'll see you at the Epic Summer Summit on July 31st.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner. 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
If selling is important to your bottom line in business, and it is, then how you sell is more important than what you sell. If your sales approach is old school and outdated, you're leaving money on the table. Sales expert Liz Wendling will absolutely help you update your sales language and transform your sales results. Stop sounding like everyone else in your industry and stand out, not blend in. Liz can show you how. Every minute you delay, you're losing money. Call Liz Wendling today, 303-988-9157, or visit online at evolvedselling.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706, or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude, and be sure to always end your week with Fan Dragon Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune in to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, 5 to 8 tomorrow morning on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/ExperiencePros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
What I like about you, you hold me tight.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you with us today. Thanks to listener Lynn, who just wrote in and said that I look nice today.
You do look nice today. In fact, Lynn, he got in the car, and I thought, wow, fancy.
Thank you.
It always makes me a little nervous when Eric gets in the car all dressed up.
Come on now.
Because I think, oh, what did I not see on the calendar?
What did you forget?
No, not what did I not. I don't forget.
Oh, no, you do not.
No, I don't forget.
My mistake.
What did I not see happening on the calendar today that we need to be dressed up for? Big difference. So what did I forget? What did I forget?
Have you met my business partner? I dress up for you.
Do you dress up for me?
Sure. I got to keep up.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
All right.
He does. You do look very nice today.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Lynn. Hey, it's time to do our Fan Braggin' recap. And we love Mondays around here because it's kind of an extension of Fan Braggin' Friday. And where we will start our conversation is where at the end of On a Friday, we left off with another email that came in to us from Phyllis, who wrote in about Justin Vergano over at Colorado Sprinkler Service. He says, I love Justin Vergano at Colorado Sprinkler Service. She says he takes care of his customers. He's prompt and reliable. And it was just that quick and easy. That's what I call a 20-second kiss. right?
You know, it is so easy to write on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/experiencepros. Any day of the week, you can write in a fan brag. You can use the hashtag fanbrag. You can send us an email to fanbrag@experiencepros.com. You can even tweet it on Twitter using the hashtag fanbrag, and we'll find your fanbragging stories. Sometimes they're lengthy because, you know, it kind of starts out as
tell the story.
Yeah, this is what happened, this is how I got here, and there's a little bit of a build-up so you appreciate the fanbrag at the end. But sometimes you just want to give just a mini wave and celebration. They took good care of me, and I love that.
We call it a 20-second kiss. Kindness is so simple. And you can find more information about Justin and Colorado Sprinkler Service over at coloradosprinklerservice.com, or pick up the phone and call them 720-989-7137. And now I just understand that this just in, Justin Vergano, brand new member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory.
That's so funny how you this just in, and he holds his little headphone as if we have a little voice in our
hearing voices in my head.
A voice in our head that somebody is speaking to him, which is not true.
You don't know
because
that.
it doesn't actually work that way.
You
but
don't
this
know
just
this.
in, I have voices in my head,
You
and
do.
this is what they're saying to me.
All
That was
right.
really cute, though.
Yeah.
Made us look like we're all connected to
I am
some
really
big
cute.
voice
Just
in the
ask
sky.
Liam.
All right, well, Fan Bragging Friday. Every Friday we open up the phone lines. We get to hear from our listeners telling us about who they love to do business with. It's unscripted, unscheduled. You just call and say something nice about somebody else in business. And the phone number is 855-FANBRAG, 855-326-2724. Charlie, I'll take your call. We'll take your fan bragging story. You just have to say something nice about somebody else. You cannot call up and say, hey,
Let me tell you about myself.
my company offers really good customer service and I'm amazing.
No.
You have to say something nice about somebody else. Tell us who else gives good customer service. And then because you bragged about it, because you recognize it, you notice it, we know that you're looking for good customer service because you give good customer service, and we'll allow you to share a few minutes of who you are with our listeners.
And they do. And when you call in, we record those in a blog post at experiencepros.com. You just click on the blog. There's all kinds of, every show is recorded and not just on the video, but also with hyperlinks to the businesses that were fan bragged about. So Grace called in and talked about the Professional Photographers of Colorado, an association of professional photographers. If you click on the link, you'll go straight to their Facebook page, and I'll tell you what a cool page that is.
It's full of great photos, as you would hope a photography collaborative group would put out. And Grace is one of our kindness captains, calls in every week with a fan bragging story. And I love our kindness captains. We actually kick off the show. There's a little competition of who gets to be first.
Yes.
And it is always Grace, and very quickly followed by our friend Deborah, who is usually in Phoenix when she calls.
And she was calling from Phoenix, but fan bragging about Angeline over at Bubba Gump in Denver because she just gave such an amazing experience over there. And, when you're landlocked and you got a seafood restaurant, customer service really does go the extra mile.
I know. I hadn't even been to the Bubba Gumps here in town. I've always gone to one out of town.
Right.
And so good fan brag from her. Even though she's not in Denver, she's fan bragging about a Denver company.
Absolutely. Daryl called in and said something nice about Don Graham with Safeguard Pro. And this is a ladder extension safety device that if you ever have to get on your ladder and on your roof with a ladder, to put up Christmas lights or maybe have an inspection of your roof and whatnot, please, 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 you owe it to yourself to click on the link to Safeguard Pro, find out this little extension ladder security device that will prevent accidents. And I'm telling you, way too many people slip, fall, die on ladders on their roof.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Call Safe Pro.
Absolutely. Let's see who else called in. Kim called in talking about Fluff and Fold laundry service.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Right.
They'll actually come to your house, pick up your laundry, not your dry cleaning, like the basket of laundry that is piled up, and especially like after a trip or after you've traveled, they'll take it, they'll wash it, they'll fold it, and if you've kind of sorted out by, family member, they'll give it back to you in bundles, and so you just give it to your kids to put away.
It's very cool. There's your fan bragging recap from the Experience Pros Radio Show. We've got to take a quick station ID, but when we come back, guess what? There's a whole nother hour of positive business talk coming up here on this, the most positive business talk show in America. Go ahead, give somebody a 20-second kiss. It's not only encouraged, it's almost a rite of passage here on the Experience Pros Network.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
The Dennis Miller Show, tonight at 10 on KLZ 560.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call-up ever as a member of the National Guard. This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires. Some of the guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver, and online streaming at KLZ560radio.com. This is KLZ 560. Freedom, liberty, truth.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm John DeMaster. Congress scheduled to go on a 5-week recess and still no deal to secure our border.
Time is ticking. It is not clear if Congress is going to agree on what to do about all the illegals flooding the country before the key date of August 1st. This Friday, when everyone on the Hill is scheduled to leave for a 5-week vacation until after Labor Day. The newly elected House Majority Whip, Louisiana Congressman, Republican Steve Scalise.
Well, Congress is here working right now.
But I'm asking you a question, sir. Will you delay your recess?
Look, whatever we pass, if the president doesn't want to do his job, whatever Congress passes is going to sit over in the Senate or ultimately go to the White House. The president still has to take leadership.
Scalise, a guest on Fox News Sunday.
For a second day, heavy fighting in eastern Ukraine keeping an international police team from reaching the site of the Malaysian Airlines crash. Government troops in the area stepping up their push to win back territory from pro-Russian separatists. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
Everyone is making the switch to the Blaze to make it their source for the truth. Why not make it your source for the truth? Make theblaze.com your homepage for news that the other outlets won't even touch. Subscribe to The Blaze TV at theblaze.com/TV or on Dish Network and get access to original programming like For the Record, the show that exposes what's really going on that the government doesn't want you to know. And Real News, the daily conversation on the topics of the day that matter most. Check out the Blaze Radio Network at theblaze.com/radio with original shows like Buck Sexton, The Morning Blaze with Doc Thompson, Pat and Stu, and Jay Severin. Or, if you need something to hold in your hands, subscribe to the Blaze magazine. So basically, anywhere you need to go, you can take the truth with you by taking the Blaze with you. This is the Blaze. Truth lives here. So just to recap, anywhere you need to go, you can take the truth with you by taking the Blaze with you. Find out all the ways at theblaze.com.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along for the ride today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business.
You know, I've got these notes on how to live happier and how to be happier at work from Dennis Gereaux from Printing Done Quickly.
Uh-huh.
You were looking at getting another tattoo, right?
I am.
I think I'm going to have some of these, like tattooed. I think you should consider turning these.
You want to tattoo my body with those quotes?
Yeah, some, success.
Let's talk.
Yeah, I mean, you were looking for something. You didn't have anything in mind.
I don't.
You had nothing in mind, so I am
thinking... Can you make please and thank you into a tribal band? Probably.
Oh, sure could.
Yeah.
Are you looking at a tribal band?
Maybe.
Isn't it so funny how I had nothing in mind, and now here are the parameters?
Well, no. I mean, I'm agreeing with you.
I know,
you're finding me very agreeable today.
I am, but here's the thing: is I have nothing in mind. I have nothing, and so then when I suggest, okay, well, can you make it into this? So you have something in mind.
Did you? No,
it's funny how
it might be what's in mind, but it's not done.
To come out.
Oh, for goodness sakes, we're not talking about the truth here, and it's all good. Did you hear about the girl's Samsung Galaxy S4 cell phone that caught fire underneath her pillow?
Well, yeah.
It was so lucky she was a drooler, because that could have really gone bad.
Do you sleep with your phone under your pillow?
I do not.
I mean, this is like an electronic, I don't know, something that, I mean, it gets hot when you're using it, right? I mean, don't sleep with it. Don't put it in your person. Don't sleep with it under the mattress. It needs to breathe.
Yeah, well, she set the alarm to go off, but it wasn't the alarm. It was the smoke that gave her a little heads up. But yeah,
that's scary.
Don't put. In fact, I used to have a computer. And one of my employees one day put paper over.
I did.
My computer.
No.
I'm talking about another computer.
I remember one time.
But I warned you.
Yeah, that I came in and to leave you a note, and your laptop was open, but it had gone to sleep, so it looked like it was off. And I had laid a note right over the keyboard, and I got a lesson in.
Well, I've seen computers get completely smoked and fried.
I thought it was off. I thought the computer was off, so I wouldn't have put it on there if I'd known the computer was on. It looked like it had been turned off because you had left for the day. Who leaves their computer on and leaves for the day?
Apparently I did.
Yeah.
But it's all going to be okay.
It's all going to be okay.
Absolutely.
So the public service warning is your phone is an electronic piece of equipment that can overheat, and if overheating could light on fire if it doesn't.
Now, if you're a drooler, you have a secondary line of defense. Just saying, but probably shouldn't do that. This also, by way of public service announcement, if your methamphetamine contains other drugs, it's laced with other things, please do not call in the police department, especially in Oklahoma, because they will put you in jail. A lady in Enid, Oklahoma, was not satisfied with the purity of her methamphetamine, so she decided to do something about it. She dialed 911 to complain that her ice was laced with something. She was so glad that the police came to investigate this until they put her in handcuffs and took her to jail.
Seriously?
That's the truth.
Her illegal drug had something more illegal in it, and so she thought the police would help her with the more illegal of the illegal.
Quality control here.
This is why we call the police, for quality control?
Well, she did. She thought it was a crime.
It is a crime. It is a crime, yes. That's just why she went to jail.
Hey, everybody, you listening? Can you see as well as you think that you can? Probably not, but we've got our next guest going to come up and talk about how eyesight over 40 can be manageable next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Testosterone therapy. We've all heard about the benefits, but which method is safe? Hi, this is Dr. Gary Donovitz. At BioT Medical, we've developed the most effective way to balance your hormones. And unlike synthetic shots, gels, and creams that come with many negative and dangerous side effects, bioidentical natural testosterone pellets are safe and beneficial to the heart, bones, brain, and prostate. Go to biotmedical.com. That's BIOTE medical.com. BioT, the right choice, the safe choice.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the Orange Effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Hi, ladies. This is Angel, and I want to let you in on one of my favorite fashion secrets. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella's studio for a full year, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella's studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara. And all of the compliments I get. Get yours today. Call Carabella's studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. And to ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. 303-909-9585.
Bob Duco, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Or not. Welcome to the Experience Pros radio show. Would you do me a favor? Would you hold this out there for me?
I know.
My arms aren't long enough, and I need to read the next introduction here.
My kids come up to me, and they're like, here, Mom, look at this, and they shove something, like their phone usually, so close to my face, and I feel like I have to back up out of the room.
Ain't nobody getting younger.
We all know that as we get a little older, perhaps over 40, that our eyesight makes some changes, and all of a sudden we're not seeing the same way anymore. Well, our next guest, Dr. Craig Beyer, he's one of the most experienced laser vision corrective eye surgeons in the U.S., and he's right here in Colorado. You can find him online at bouldereyes.com. Dr. Beyer, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Well, thank you so much for having me on.
Dr. Beyer, very nice to have you with us. We're over 40. Is it just hopeless?
Well, I just was listening to your intro there. It was sort of funny. I mean, you can tell, even when people are lying about their age and they pick up a menu to read it.
Right.
You know exactly how old they are when you can see how far they're holding it out.
Right, by the extension. Yeah.
And it's universal. It's basically, it's called presbyopia, and it kicks in for everybody once they reach about 45. And it gets worse every year after 45, and then it just pretty much plateaus at 55. So basically, you lose complete accommodation. And what that is due to, your eye works just like a camera. And the lens in the eye can change focus, and it gets more rigid as you age, and then it can't change focus anymore. So it's a fixed focus, basically, camera by the time you're 55.
Okay, all right. So if that's a universal, and we're all dealing with this at one point or another, and I am a contact lens wearer, am I damaging my eyes? I'm 47.
Right.
Am I damaging my eyes? I notice that my prescription gets a little thicker every time.
Yeah, no, what's happening is at 47, what they'll do for you in contact lens, they have a couple of options. But typically what you're going to notice, if you just wear your contact lenses in both eyes for distance, you're going to have to pick up readers.
No, I'm doing the front and back, the short and long.
Yeah. Or, so the other thing that we do for people, if you're nearsighted, we usually leave one eye slightly nearsighted. So whether it's in a contact lens or after a laser procedure. So for instance, I'm older than you, and what I do is I had laser vision correction on both my eyes, and basically I have one eye focused at infinity and the other eye is focused at a meter at a computer. So I'm sitting here talking to you, I can look at your website, and I can look at my iPhone and do all the things that you typically do without glasses, and it works out great. So I don't wear readers. The only time I'll pick up a pair of readers is if I have to read the back of a credit card or something like that, really fine print, print that you can't see at a meter.
My husband has gone the reader route, and it used to just be he had them, on the nightstand if he was reading at night, and then he has a pair in his, tool bag as he goes for work, and well, now he kind of carries them everywhere. And he's over 50, and it just stinks because he and I actually both had LASIK done many, many years ago.
See, I could fix that, and what I typically do for patients like that, unfortunately, we do all get older and things change. And it's frustrating to me because a lot of people say, my LASIK just doesn't work anymore. And it's so easy to touch it up and fix it. So, we just have people come back. What we usually do is put it in a contact lens prescription that we'd like to try for you. And if you go, wow, this changed my life, then we do it permanently with the laser.
Okay, hold on, Doc. Let me see if I got you correctly. Laser corrective eye surgery is possible for people over 40?
Oh, of course. And it's also adjustable. So if you've even had it before and you're not happy with the results now, we can fine-tune that.
What if I have, as I do, astigmatism?
Easy. So this is one of the things that's so frustrating. The laser's so far advanced now, we treat beyond astigmatism. We treat something called higher order aberrations, which helps improve night vision. So it's funny, there's just a lot of misinformation out there. I have so many people, we set up events, and, a lot of people basically go see an optometrist for their contact lenses and glasses instead of a surgeon. And, I would say probably 80% of the people will see an optometrist for glasses and contacts, and they're in the business of fitting you with glasses and contacts, right?
Right.
So they don't really have a vested interest in getting you out of those glasses and contacts. And there's a lot of misinformation. Like I have people come, well, my doctor said I have astigmatism, I can't have it, or my eyes are still changing, I can't have it, or I'm going to be needing reading glasses anyway, I can't have it, or I'm too young, and those keep changing. So those are the main reasons that I typically hear, and every one of them is typically false.
It's so funny, Dr. Beyer. It's probably like the same thing with cars way back when. Like when they first started out, they probably still, were used to the whole horse and buggy thing, and so there were a lot of things that cars didn't do. But the technology improves and it changes and it gets better, but we as the consumer tend to hold on to all those.
The older technology.
Yeah.
It's so true. And, if you look at wearing contact lenses, the risk of wearing a contact lens, there's a risk of 1 in 3,000 of getting a serious eye infection, a corneal infection. If you go to the CDC website, Centers for Disease Control, there's over 250 cases a year reported of corneal blindness from contact lens wear. And people just don't have a clue that every day you stick that thing in your eye, you're not putting it in there sterilely, and you're exceeding the risk of having laser vision correction in terms of an infectious risk, because we do it sterilely, and it's only one time. You know what I mean?
Now, does this have any impact on whether or not if we end up getting the corrective laser surgery, does that prevent us from getting cataracts later?
No, it has not. The cataract is the lens that's in the eye. The cataract formation actually is taking place your whole life. That's why at 45, when you start getting presbyopia, that is due to early cataract formation. Actually, the lens is becoming abnormal, and it just continues to progress. as you get older. So what happens is, your lens is basically like a peanut M&M, It's like the outside is the shell, and that shell doesn't really expand, but the cells on the inside keep growing, and that's why it becomes cloudy, because there's no place for those cells to go.
Well, very fascinating. I wish we had more time. Our guest is Dr. Craig Beyer. Truly somebody you need to get to know. He's now going to be my BFF.
I know. I'm so excited because you're the first person that's ever said to both of us, I can fix it. No, it's not a problem.
Craig,
yes,
we're going to call you
that.
after the show, so buckle up for that. BoulderEyes.com. Boulder, BOULDER, eyes.com. Find out for yourself just how good you really can have it over at Boulder Eyes with Dr. Craig Beyer. Dr. Beyer, thank you so very much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Actually, can I ask you one more question?
Stay on the line.
Dr. Beyer, are you still there?
Sure.
How young? I know we can do the LASIK surgery even if we're over 40, but at what age do you start them at?
18. We can go, there's a procedure called advanced surface ablation where we don't make a flap, we just treat with a laser on the surface, and that's the best procedure for younger individuals. So we do a lot of those.
All right.
So it's better to do that than start wearing contacts and get all the problems with dry eyes and corneal vascularization and all the things in corneal ulcers that you get from contact lenses that get the laser vision correction at an early age.
Okay, now
they can also call our office too. The number's 303-499-2020, but that's the easiest way to reach us too.
And where are you located?
We're in Boulder, and we also have a location out in North Glen.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
303-499-2020. That's your number for your next appointment with Dr. Craig Beyer. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
If selling is important to your bottom line in business, and it is, then how you sell is more important than what you sell. If your sales approach is old school and outdated, you're leaving money on the table. Sales expert Liz Wendling will absolutely help you update your sales language and transform your sales results. Stop sounding like everyone else in your industry and stand out, not blend in. Liz can show you how. Every minute you delay, you're losing money. Call Liz Wendling today, 303-988-9157, or visit online at evolvedselling.com.
Are you one of the lucky ones that's ambushed in the middle of the night by gout? Well, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with gout these days, but there's one person who can help. Former gout sufferer and certified nutritionist Bert Middleton, the gout killer, is here to help. Get Bert's free weekly newsletter and free yourself from the evil clutches of gout forever. Search for Bert, B-E-R-T, on the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com and get on with getting gout-free. Get the gout out.
Revitalize, release stress, and empower with Karen Corona's healing and transformational programs. Karen is a master healer and a teacher with 30 years experience providing holistic healing treatments, coaching, yoga, meditation classes, and retreats. Today and get started. 725-1119. That's 303-725-1119. Mention this ad and receive a free yoga class or a $150 coupon toward her upcoming healing and transformational retreat in October, set in the lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Call today, 303-725-1119, or visit online at KarenCorona.com.
Make sure your marketing strategy includes search engine optimization and contact Colorado SEO at coloradoseo.com. You'll find a team of experts who have been connecting consumers online since 1996. You've created a commodity, now get found. coloradoseo.com. coloradoseo.com or call 303-990-5934. Remember, billions are searching. Will they find you?
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark. Today at noon on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along here with us. It's time for business tips and insights where we blur the line between business and life, and it's all good. And our first guest today is, you know him, Bert Middleton, the Gout Killer.
Hi, Bert.
Good morning, Angel and Eric.
Hey, Bert, how's it going, man?
It is going great. It is a beautiful day to be alive in Denver, Colorado.
Isn't that the truth? What's our business tip today?
Well, we are talking about something that a lot of people struggle with here in our great country, and it falls under the term of mental health. Now, that can be like a big, scary sort of phrase, but it could be something as simple as headaches, or it could be just simple brain fog, but it can range all the way to something like chronic depression. So it doesn't really matter what we do. You know, we can have a job, we can be running our own business, we can have the most important job of them all, being a housewife and a mother, but our nutrition affects our brain chemistry, and our brain chemistry affects our productivity and the way that we relate to other people. So that's why this is such an important deal.
It is, absolutely. And when you think about the mental health aspect, and there are so many, you don't always see it, right? It's not something like physically you can see, but it can be very debilitating.
Yeah, you know, here's the part that if I do this well, it'll kind of bring it home to people a little bit better too. It's like mental health can be something about, can be something along the lines of, it just seems like enough time, or oh my God, I got to go to this networking event tonight, and I got to get up in front of everybody and do my 30-second "this is who I am" speech. Those are the kind of things that, with good nutrition, then those things don't seem to bother us in the same way. And you know, where it all goes is that just having our digestion really get the nutrients out of the food that we're eating, so that we're getting the fatty acids, we're getting the minerals, we're getting our blood sugar stabilized the way that it needs to be. Those are all really important pieces of how well our our brain chemistry can work. But again, one of the simplest, easiest things that we can do that makes the biggest difference in how well our brains work and how we see the world is to stay properly hydrated with really good, high-quality water.
Okay, so there's two things that I want to ask about on that note. What is defined as properly hydrated? How much do we need to drink? And secondary question, what is this good water?
Okay, the first thing is the really easy rule of thumb is to take your body weight and divide it by 2. And that is the amount of water you should be drinking in ounces of water per day. So as an example, somebody that weighs 200 pounds, if you divide that by 2, that's 100. So that would be 100 ounces of water you should be drinking a day. That can change a little bit if you drink a lot of coffee, alcohol, sodas, things like that.
Okay.
You need to drink even more.
All right, and what's this good water that you talk about, Bert?
So that is why I promote so heavily my Ultra Stream Water Ionizer. And ionized water is the very, very best water because it's a super rich antioxidant substance. The water is very alkaline, and the minerals are ionic so that they are absorbed and used by the body more easily. But I really was kind of like not here to promote my UltraStream. What I'm really trying to promote is that if people just get in the habit of drinking good water every day, every week, every month, and just get in that habit, then that is a huge step in the right direction to relieve those headaches, to relieve that brain fog, and even relieve stuff like chronic depression.
Gotcha.
It is amazing how just drinking water, how many ailments that solves for.
Right.
Like immediately, you can feel so much better. Every time, my kids start to just have some kind of symptom, a stomach ache, a headache, something, drink some water. You are not hydrated enough. Now, Bert, can I ask you, I know this isn't about your fancy water, so if somebody is right now at work and they have the option, okay, I need to go drink a glass of water, would you recommend the tap water or the bottled water?
Honestly, there are
Neither.
a lot of,
He's like neither.
There are a lot of cons. There are a lot of cons to our tap water, but there are just as many cons to the bottled water, and only it costs way more. I lean more towards just go get some tap water.
Okay.
And,
well, Bert, for the sake of time, we have to let you go, but let's give some contact information. No, it's a great question, and I think it's an important answer. And by the way, we are here, I am, to promote your fancy water machine. Where can we find out more information about that?
Well, the best place, because I'm doing such a good special on it at my listing on the Extreme Customer Service Directory on experiencepros.com, that is the place to go get the best deal on the UltraStream.
All right, so go to experiencepros.com, click on the Extreme Customer Service Directory, and search for the name Bert, and you will find all those under special offers under his listing. Bert, we got to go, brother, but thank you for calling in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you bet. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Now let's turn our attention to Missy Miller, who's over with Mass Mutual Colorado. Those folks, they sponsor the show. They know what they're doing when it comes to financial planning for your future. Missy, welcome to the show.
Well, good morning. Happy Monday.
And happy Monday to you too, Missy. What are we talking about this week?
Well, with all of the transitions that have occurred in the workplace in the last few years, there's a good chance that many listeners have either lost a job or maybe even changed jobs once or even twice in the last few years.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And they might be asking the question, now that I've changed jobs, what do I do with my old 401k? And what do I do with that money? And it's important to know that you have a number of options available to you, but unfortunately, they oftentimes are not properly communicated to you during those transitions. So today we're going to discuss the top most recognized choices available to you.
Oh, that's a good idea, because I don't think when we leave a job, we're thinking about that 401k is not top of our list of things we need to move around or do something with.
Exactly. So oftentimes, and this is kind of leads me into the very first one, is that the first option is that you leave it with your former 401k employer. But there's a couple of things that you need to know about that. If you do leave your plan there, oftentimes the reason that when you're a current employee, the administrator waives certain costs and fees for active employees. But if you're a former employee, oftentimes then your costs might go up.
Oh.
They might transfer those fees onto you. And if you discuss it with a human resource person at your former employer, they might not be aware of all the fees a former employer might face, because their primary focus, as it probably should be, is on the company's current workers.
Sure.
So it makes sense that if that's something you're interested in doing, go directly to the plan administrator, and it might be the best way to find out what costs might be passed on to you if you leave the plan in place instead of rolling it over.
Well, and because you're not going to really, the costs aren't coming out of a paycheck, they're coming out of your account, so you don't even see it, you don't even know.
Exactly. So, to kind of be proactive rather than reactive is a great way to go on that regard. And it also is a good idea to check to see how the funds within your 401k have performed. You do have fewer options within these types of plans because you're only going to have the plan offerings that your employer allows you to have. So it's good to be aware of what the funds are doing within that plan as well.
This makes perfect sense, and this is why we have you on the show, so that you can help us figure out and navigate where to go and what to do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah, and it really is about just educating people and making sure that they know the questions to ask and that they're as informed as they can be.
Okay, so What's another option?
Another option is that you can roll it over to a new 401k plan with your new company. And in doing that, you maintain the tax-deferred status of the money, which basically means all of that money went in pre-tax. It came off of your payroll deductions, so you haven't paid any taxes on those.
Right.
So if you roll it over into a like plan, you don't incur a taxable event, and you just invest in the current employer's plan's investment choices. So that is something to keep in mind as well. You would roll that money over. You'd be subject to the same investment choices of the current employer's plan. So that's another thing to note. The third option is that you can cash out. Now, meaning when you leave your job, you cash out of your 401k plan. There's some critical pieces to this option, however. If you're at least 59 and a half years old, you will only owe income taxes on that money, because remember, none of that money in your plan has been taxed yet. We just kind of touched on that. Also, though, if you're younger than 59 and a half, you will be subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty in addition to the income tax. So that's really one, I don't highly recommend that at all. It really is going to be case dependent, but those are some things you really need to keep in mind if that's something that you're considering doing with your 401k.
So if you cash out, no matter what, you have to pay income tax, but you might have to pay a fee if you're younger than 59 and a half.
Exactly. Exactly. So that could be really costly when you figure it, what you net out of that could really be significantly decreased. And then just the time value of money, by keeping it in a plan is important to think of as well. The last option that we're going to touch on today is that you can roll over your money into an IRA. And doing this allows you to maintain that tax-deferred status of the money that we were just speaking about, but you have more control over the money and the way that it's invested. So with an employer-sponsored plan, you must select from one of the investments the plan offers. With an IRA, you can choose from many financial institutions and investments that are offered there, and this is really where I come in. I'm able to sit with clients, review their existing plans, offer options for them that best fit their goals and objectives, their investment philosophy, their time horizons, and their propensity for risk.
Okay, so I get that if you leave a job, you can take that 401k and move it into an IRA. Can you ever do that while you're currently employed somewhere that has a 401k plan?
You can. It's an interesting piece. A lot of people don't know, and it would be a question to ask your administrator, if you have something that's called an enforced non-hardship withdrawal. Oftentimes, if your plan allows you to do that, you can take sometimes upwards of 50% of your current account value and move that over into an IRA.
Oh.
So that's not something that's available to everyone, but it is worth the question if you want to diversify a little bit. It doesn't impact your current contributions into that plan. It's just going to take a portion of that balance, and you can move it into an IRA.
Well, and a lot of times companies have matching, and they're kind of upping the ante, so you always want to participate in the company's 401k plan if they offer it. Am I right, Missy?
Absolutely, and I would absolutely say if they offer a match, contribute to the match. That is free money on the table to you.
Well, this is why we have Missy Miller call in every week and let us know what to do and who to call. Who should we call, Missy?
You can give me a call. My telephone number and the best place to reach me is at 303-257-5874.
Give that number one more time, please.
303-257-5874.
Missy Miller with Mass Mutual Colorado, taking care of all of us. Missy, thanks for the call. We appreciate you.
Absolutely great to be here.
You bet. Folks, when we come back, believe it or not, we've got some ways to make me, and maybe even you, a little bit smarter.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
When you need a medical expert witness or someone to consult in your medical cases, you need MediPro Solutions. Let's face it, attorneys are busy and typically don't have the time to research the details of the medical aspects of every case. At MediPro Solutions, your medical legal consulting firm, they take care of every detail, leaving you and your lawyers to focus on the law. MediPro Solutions is owned and operated by licensed and board-certified physicians. When your case is on the line, call MediPro Solutions, 303-502-6735. That's 303-502-6735. Or online at MediProSolutions.com.
Do you want to meet some new people, make some great connections, and network with other business owners? Call me, Penny, today at 303-220-0366 or go to theconnectingexperts.com. Connecting people to people.
Would you know what to do if a coworker started to feel dizzy and complain of chest pains? Starting CPR while waiting for an ambulance to arrive can double the chance of the victim's survival. Safety Solved can help. We provide customized on-site training, including both professional and basic CPR, AED, and first aid, with American Red Cross and American Heart Association trainings. We also facilitate first aid kit and AED equipment programs. Let us make your safety and wellness programs complete. Call today, 303-257-9589. That's 303-257-9589. Or online at safety-solved.com.
Camp Experience has a schedule full of keynote presentations, workshops, networking activities, boutique shopping, spa services, and amazing adventures. Workshops include topics such as leadership, success skills, creative thinking, and optimum health. Sign up at campexperience.com for a one-of-a-kind annual retreat on September 19th through 21st at Cheyenne Mountain Resort. Sign up today at campexperience.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Leaders, listen up. You want to get the very best from your people, and See It Thrive can help. Address personnel challenges with confidence and unleash the best performance out of your organization, team, or individuals. See It Thrive helps you realize the possibilities of your team coming together as an unstoppable force. Reduce conflict and empower transformation. Because you work with people, make the courageous choice to see it thrive. Call Sue Kenfield today at 303-791-2807. That's 303-791-2807. Discover and sign up for upcoming workshops at seeitthrive.com.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark is coming up at noon on KLZ 560.
Hi, it's Dennis Miller inviting you to join me for an entertaining blend of politics and news of the day from my hopefully unique perspective. Plus, we'll have a red carpet list of celebrity guests who will grab and keep your attention. It's time well spent that you won't want back. It's that good. Listen for The Dennis Miller Show.
The Dennis Miller Show, weeknights at 10, right here on KLZ 560.
Hi, this is Dr. Ivan Meisner, New York Times bestselling author and founder of BNI, the world's largest networking organization. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, the #1 best positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros radio show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service on Facebook.com/ExperiencePros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. You know, it's not often that you email me during the middle of the weekend, but I got this article. Thank you very much. And it was an article written by Jessica Stillman.
I didn't send that to you.
I'm pretty sure you did. It said from Angel Tussey, and
in an email I sent you this?
Right. And so you maybe remember, if I remind you of the title.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because I don't usually send you stuff over the weekend.
Right. That's just why I found this, kind of interesting. 10 small things you can do every day to get smarter.
Oh.
Remember that one?
Okay. All right.
What you trying to say, girl?
Well, all right. So here's the thing: is that daily habits. Who we are is a direct result of the things that we do every single day.
Right.
And so in our world, just trying to be excellent, trying to be, kind of just raise the bar and who we are and what we do. I know that you read over the weekend.
I do.
Typically, fiction novel. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I thought that maybe you could just kind of fit this into your reading.
All right. Well, lead on.
You want me to lead on? Okay. So the number one thing was on this list, and this came from Inc.com. And the number one thing was be smarter about your online time. And when I think about your online time, I think about...
You've got that little
I think about
Smile in your
the topics that you
voice.
bring at the top of the hour.
Right.
Right. And I know you
The news.
research them and you call it news. And you call it news, and you especially are honored and validated when, who's his name, Matt Lauer, like shares it like a day or two later.
Hey,
and you're
wait.
like, Angel,
Right.
I got it first.
We scoop Lauer.
And so here's the thing: is there is a lot of good stuff, I think, on the internet, but you have to look for it. You have to seek it out.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not sure you're seeking
You
out.
should appreciate my seeking process.
I've seen your seeking process.
Very in-depth.
And it isn't always. And I do think that we just want to elevate the information that we're bringing to the listeners. So one of the things that is suggested here is the TED Talks.
Oh.
And occasionally we have, brought a couple of those topics to the show.
I know Ted. He's really cool.
And so perhaps, an online course, some vocabulary building tools.
Yeah.
Instead of watching all the goofy videos or, I don't know, stupid news, maybe something intellectual. No, too much of a stretch.
Do you know what Matt
Maybe
Lauer
we should
brought today?
Maybe we should baby step this.
Do you know what Matt Lauer brought
Here's-
today?
here's how we'll-
That whining dog that passed out because he was so happy his owner came home after 2 years.
Maybe we should just baby step it.
Actually, Matt wasn't on the show today, but
We'll baby step it and have you read maybe a few more of the business articles, and actually maybe read them and not just the headline. Maybe read them.
all right. Well, we'll see. What else you got?
Okay, write down some of the stuff that you learned.
What, actually, like stop and write?
Right, because reflecting on the thought, the concept, the meaning behind it, because
This is
it's
going to make
actually
me smarter?
well, because it allows you to think just a little deeper, Eric, not just always on the surface.
Right.
We're not just trying to find the funny in it. We're trying to,
We're not?
kind of dig down into the intellectual side. Remember, I'm trying to make you smarter,
Yeah.
intellectual, and get
Right.
your brain.
Yeah.
No, does
No,
this hurt?
I'm
Does this
tracking
hurt?
with you. I'm tracking with you.
All right.
Did you just apply lipstick while we were talking?
Always. Okay, so we often make a to-do list.
Yes.
A to-do list. And for you that can be a little overwhelming because the list seems
I can never think of things to do.
I know that.
You know what I do? I make a to-did list.
A to-do?
I make a did list. I actually write down the things that I did, and I send them to you for approval.
I do appreciate that.
Yes.
I do appreciate that because sometimes I just don't know that he's doing anything at all. So,
No, I have-
sending me an I did
Validates
list
my experience.
and lets us know that you are accomplishing things.
All right.
Hang out with smart people.
Totally do that.
Sometimes.
Everybody is smarter than me. Totally hang out with smart people. I'm not the brightest bulb in the knife drawer, but I know how to surround myself with sharper instruments.
You do. You absolutely do. Okay, reading. Read a lot.
Mhm.
Read a lot.
Right.
Read everything. And not just fiction, but nonfiction too. You could add a little more nonfiction into your.
You think so?
I think you could. I think you would love it, Eric. You would soak that up because you tend to hear phrases or I don't know, little things, and you like latch onto them like with your teeth, and you just and you don't let go. So maybe some of these great business concepts and these nonfiction books would give you some good stuff to latch onto, success
Okey-dokey.
stuff to latch onto.
I like latching on.
All right. Another thing that this article recommends is to explain things to others. If you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough.
That's Albert Einstein. You didn't say that. Yeah.
I didn't say any of these.
Right.
I didn't. This is
No, but I mean, you just quoted Albert Einstein, who happens to be like a brainiac.
Right.
But
isn't that if it takes too long to explain something, we don't understand it well enough. And I've gotten that. If you describe it and put it on a cocktail napkin.
Yeah, but not necessarily. If you say explain it to others, you see, I try to explain stuff to you, and you're like, what you're doing is this, and what you need to do is.
That's not explaining. Because here's what you do is you say a lot of words, you talk a lot, and then you really said nothing at all. So there's a whole lot of repeating
Is that what you
and
heard?
rephrasing and saying the
We
exact same
rephrase
thing
until the eyes.
over and over again. I'm like, yeah, you
Acknowledge.
still aren't getting through. You can say that many times, and it still doesn't get through. And so actually understanding what you're saying in a way that gets through to people
Right.
it'd be helpful.
Here's one. Learn a new language.
You're going to learn a new language?
I already did.
Which one?
Russian. Как вас зовут? Меня зовут Eric. We're putting this into practice on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Attention business owners. If you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706. Or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner. 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
3 major networks have joined forces to create one epic event to keep your business on track through the summer. On July 31st, join the Connecting Experts, Experience Pros radio show, Infinite Nation, and the best professionals in Denver at the Inverness Hotel from 4 to 7 p.m. You'll be networking, connecting, and keeping your goals on track. Vendors can sign up to participate for only $249 by calling Penny at 303-220-0366. That's 303-220-0366. And tickets for the Epic Summer Summit are $25. They can be purchased online at infinitenation.com. We'll see you at the Epic Summer Summit on July 31st.
Random online searching is one way to find a good company, but an even better way is to choose the companies that are listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. This elite list of companies have one thing in common. They offer extreme customer service. Their customers are bragging about them, and that's what sets them apart. Trust the companies listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory to take care of you. Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. experiencepros.com/directory.
John Rush, today at 2 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
You make me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Eric and Angel. We do appreciate you for tuning in today. Hey, do you spend time thinking about how to give delight, joy, an overwhelmingly positive customer experience to your customers?
You know what? You would probably think that I spend a ton of time thinking about that.
Yeah.
I probably spend less time thinking about it than you think I think about it.
Well, it does take less time than one would actually imagine. But at the same time, for you, Angel Tussey, it is the air that you breathe. It is the culture of your business. It is all that you sleep, eat, think, do, and communicate. You might not spend a lot of time thinking about it because it's truly part of you.
But I immediately recognize when, okay, that's not great customer service.
Sure.
That's not delightful.
Absolutely. So here's an article by Kevin Dahm that gives just a couple of things that you can maybe use to delight your customers, and you can do it today. For instance, start with a lanyap. A lanyap.
Is that an animal? No?
No, a lanyap. It looks like lasagna, sort of.
Oh, start with lasagna?
No, well, that would be nice. A little gift.
A little gift. Oh, I like little gifts. I like big gifts. I like medium-sized gifts. I like gifts in gift bags. I like gifts for on occasions.
Dr. Seuss, how about a 13th donut?
I don't need 13 donuts. I don't need a 13th donut, but that is the idea, right? A gift with purchase. So baker's dozen, you throw in something a little extra. You hear gift with purchase. A lot of times the makeup counters will give a little gift bag with some fun little samples. A lot of the different little vendors will throw a little something, a little bonus, a little extra into their package, which makes you feel like, all right, I got a little something extra. I got a little bonus. I got something that is a little delightful. All right, how about this one? Unleash the unexpected. I call it your dill pickle.
Your what?
Your dill pickle. So if you get a dill pickle on the side of your deli sandwich, it's kind of an expected kind of thing, and it's not so special.
I like those.
And so often when we think of the little extra that we're going to give, we stay within our box, right? Our industry, and okay, what can I give because I'm in insurance? I can give helpful tips for insurance, and we stay within our box. But if you can do something unexpected, and I read this story, this was years and years ago, but it's stuck with me since, where the art museum gave out dill pickles to the visitors.
Really?
So you get dill pickle at an art museum, it's completely unexpected, and it's noteworthy, and it's delightful, and you can't be all stuffy and snooty while looking at art while sucking on a dill pickle.
That's true.
And so in your own industry, you can we call it disrupting complacency. Grab their attention, do something that they would not expect, and it doesn't always have to be. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Little things like walking in and having a sign that they were expecting you, having their name printed on some of the items already. That just
absolutely.
We were hoping you'd get here, and we knew you were coming, and so we did a little extra to plan for you.
We started the segment by asking, you're talking about the culture, and you said, well, I don't think a lot about this, but it is your culture, and so on. Here's a way that you can do it. Invite your guests, your customers, into your culture. We do that, by way of our public events. Come on in, meet us, get to experience that. Not only that, what if you got into their culture, right? Put yourself in a place where you can get connected to what's important to them.
Absolutely, and and it's so easy to share that because it's having a conversation, really.
Right.
And talking to, and like Dennis Gereaux said from Printing Done Quickly, listening.
Yes.
Because they'll tell you. Your customers will tell you how to delight them every single time.
Absolutely. And finally, respect their boundaries. A lot of companies thrive on obtaining data from their customer, and then they institute policies to meet just the minimum that covers their legal protection. Here's an idea. Make the customer the focus of everything that you do, but respect their boundaries.
So, Eric, you got to stop just taking pictures and videos of people. You have to ask their permission.
I don't do that.
Not anymore.
I never did that.
You would take pictures of people, like, doing fun stuff. And they're like, you got to ask people, can you take their picture, of them.
That girl was hot.
Oh, maybe this is a different scenario. That wasn't a professional thing. That was just personal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I just wiped that from the record.
Thanks to Kevin Dunn for the inspiration of this article, Ways to Delight Your Customer. Do it today. Take time to think about these things, make a difference, and get their permission. Lagniappe.
Is that your new word? Did you get
I think it is.
Like fancy word of the day? I
yeah.
did ask you to improve your vocabulary. I did.
It's a small gift given by a customer given to a customer by a merchant at the time of purchase. In other words, that 13th donut when buying a dozen, or something that says I appreciate you.
Well, we appreciate our listeners for tuning in. You can get your lagniappe, your little gift. We're on YouTube. You can watch the show any time of day. You can share it with others. Does that count?
Absolutely. The archives of this.
If I could wrap it up and put it.
The archives on our YouTube channel and the archives of the videos that we put out there every single day are searchable by keywords, and absolutely that's a lagniappe. You're going to get a PhD in in business, right here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. And on behalf of Charlie, our producer, Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros Radio Show happen every single day, we want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for participating in this, the most positive business talk show in America. And we encourage you to go ahead and do something a little crazy. Give somebody a 20-second kiss. That stands for kindness is so simple, and it only takes 20 seconds to say something nice about somebody in business. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark is next on KLZ 560.
Hey, it's Randy Corcoran from The Morning Show. Don't miss Tuesday's show.